Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before I begin, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem, Akakidas, the bonds to the apostles, the bonds to the elders, a great millstone, rule well, and taught us his truth. Much respect to you brothers out there that's preaching his word in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of earth. Tabernacle David, hopeful elect, and a speckled bird. I want to say shalom. So, the other day, I had a conversation with a family member. It's a short conversation, but the spirit be on you, and you realize who to give this wisdom to and who not to, because a lot of times you'll talk to your family members and friends, and they already have their mind made up that they already know everything, and that's why the scriptures say, you got to become a newborn baby. Why? Because a baby has to start off with the milk. And a lot of these people are here, a lot of these so-called Christians don't want to start out with the milk. And this particular family member, they're up in the Christian church. They got a woman pastor. Everything's off, man. Everything's off about it. So pretty much the conversation was about food. And of course, bringing up Leviticus 11:7. And these Christians man, Christianity is a hell of a drug. The water y'all watching me shine for taking us out of Christianity. Because these Christians, you give them these scriptures, and these Christians still have their heart made up that I'ma still eat me some pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. They make all types of excuses. The conversation was the pig has some cancer cells. Well, they'll bring up, well, I'm a chef, and these other animals have cancer. Well, the food is polluted here. The air is polluted here. All right, that's what y'all don't realize, or if y'all do, the Lord, that still doesn't change the law. Just because another animal that's clean, you cut into it and it has cancer cells on it, doesn't make that animal that's unclean that you should be able to eat it. But anyways, I'm gonna get into the scriptures. A lot of these Christians, they don't want to conform. They think that they know everything, and you can't tell them nothing, man. You can't tell them nothing. And so, a lot of times you gotta leave them with this. All right, keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on eating what you're eating. And when Jacob's trouble pops off with your pastor, especially your female pastor, ain't telling you about, when Jacob's trouble pops off, you're not going to be able to eat. Let me get this right here. This is Revelation 22 and verse 11. Because these are the times that we in. Revelation 22 and 11. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. He which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. Okay? So a lot of times, you got to realize the spirit has to be on you. And you got to realize when you're talking to somebody, a lot of them ain't going to get it. So, you just keep it moving. Keep it pushing. Even though it may be a family member or friend, just keep it moving. You're going to get them back in the kingdom. Your true family members, your true brothers, as I'll get, Lord willing, in the scriptures, is your brothers that are in this truth. But I'm getting verse 12. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be. That's why we go hard for the Lord. The water Yahweh, we not tossed to and fro to all these vain doctrines, to all these other religions and stuff. We're grounded in the truth. We realize that our food's polluted, but it doesn't change the fact that the Lord has a law and that we're supposed to keep the law to the best of our ability. We don't willfully sin out here just eating pork. The Lord said not to eat that. And these Christians will go to the scripture. Well, that law was done away with. No, that law was not done away with. When you read it in context, when you read it with understanding, you understand what that scripture was talking about in Acts 10. And Lord willing, I'll get that as well and break it down right so you can get the understanding. Matter of fact, this is verse 14, Revelation 22 and verse 14. Blessed are they that do his commandments. This is Revelation. And a lot of you Christians say that the commandments are done away with. They're not. That they may have right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gates into the city. So you got to keep the laws and commandments to the best of your ability. But these Christians don't want to hear that. These Christians don't want to do it. Let's get some more scripture. This is, let me get to it. This is Matthew 11 and verse 6. Blessed is he whosoever shall not be offended in me. And a lot of these Christians are offended by the word. All right, the word that we giving you is from Yahweh Shema Shah. We're breaking it down right. And a lot of you Christians are offended by it. Oh, I don't like the way that y'all Hey, don't get mad at us. It's the word of the Lord. And the word of the Lord, as you read, it cuts you. It's supposed to cut you. It's supposed to correct you. But you don't want correction. You love wacky-tacky Christianity. And so when Jacob's trouble pops off, best believe you're not going to have protection. Lord is not going to save you. The Lord's not going to deliver you. You're not going to eat. You may even eat your children, man. That's a horrible way to go out. This is Matthew 12 and verse 46. While he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without, desiring to speak with him. Then one said unto him, behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. But he answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother and who are my brethren? And he stretched forth his hand to the disciples and said, behold my mother and my brethren, for whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same as my brother and sister and mother. You see that? You see that? So if you're young in this truth, that's the hard reality that you got to swallow it up. That's your family members, your friends. All right, they're not your true family members and friends. A lot of them, as you read in the scriptures, may end up turning on you. Okay? So your true brothers are your brothers that's in this work, that's in this truth. Okay? It's Matthew 13 and 57. And they were offended in him, because Yahweh said unto him, a prophet is not without honor, save his own country and in his own house. A prophet is without honor. These people get offended by our words, man. They don't want to take heed. And so they hate us. They despise us. A lot of them, that old spirit may come back. They may seek to try to kill us, man. All right? So we have no honor. Esau, Edom's against us. So-called black women's against us, all right? Babylon's against us. Our friends and family members are against us, all right? But it's all good, because the men of the Lord are going to be the ones that are going to be lifted up and have that honor at the end of the day. This is verse 58. And he did not many mighty works there because of their unbelief. So a lot of these jakes out here, oh, I believe in the Lord. Well, the Lord is not going to show his mighty works unto you because you have unbelief. You believe in your pastor. You believe in wacky-tacky Christianity. So the Lord's works, his powers is not going to be shown unto you, or you're not going to taste it. You're probably going to be left out there stranded, because the scriptures say the man of the Lord, he shall be able to do greater works than me, than Yahweh Shah. All right, the men of the Lord gonna be out here casting out devils, healing the sick, healing the maimed, healing themselves, feeding their families, feeding themselves. All right, gonna be able to fly in these last days, shoot laser beams out of their hands and eyes. All right, it's gonna be literally out of a comic book, out of a movie. But you 2/3 Jakes, since y'all have unbelief, since y'all believe in y'all pastors, that power is not gonna be given unto you. Matter of fact, this is Job 12 and verse 16. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceiving deceiver are his. So the Lord has you jakes out here deceive family members and friends. Once again, your true family members and friends are the one that's in this truth. All right, and the Lord has assigned the people, the 2/3, to be deceived. So it's a blessing to have this wisdom. Don't take this wisdom lightly. All right. And as I read in Revelation 22 and verse 11, hey, if they unjust, they don't want to take heed, hey, let them be unjust. This is Matthew 15 and 13. And he answered and said, every plant which my heavenly Father have not planted shall be rooted up. A lot of you jakes are going to be rooted up. A lot of you fake jakes that's in this truth, y'all going to be rooted up. Verse 14, let them alone. They be blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch. So keep on following your pastors. Keep on following these fake Israelites that preaching against the MOTB, preaching that all nations can come in. Keep on following them. Both of y'all going to fall into the ditch. All right, so let's get the breakdown that the Lord did not clean all the animals, okay? Because you jakes will read Acts 10 and see, oh, the Lord cleaned all the animals. We can eat whatever we want. No, that's not how the scriptures is meant to be broken down. All right? This is Acts 10, and I'm going to start at verse 9. And on the morrow, as they went on their journey, drew nigh unto the city, Peter went up upon the housetop to pray about the 6th hour. And he became very hungry. And he would have eaten. But while they made ready, he fell into a trance and saw heaven open, and a certain vessel descending unto heaven, and as it been a great sheet knit at the four corners, and let down to the earth, wherein all manner of four-footed beasts of the earth, and wild beasts, and creepy things, and fowls of the air. So a Christian will read this like, oh man, look at all those animals. The Lord is saying that we can eat all these animals. Verse 13, and there came a voice to him, rise, Peter, kill and eat. You see that? Oh, you can eat that. And Peter, hey, check what Peter said, because he was in the spirit. Peter said, not so, Lord, for I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean. But as I said, we're going to get the understanding of why the Lord showed him this dream. Verse 15, and the voice spake unto him again the second time, what power have cleansed that call that not uncommon? This was done thrice, and the vessel received up again into heaven. Now, as we read in verse 11, it's like in Acts 11, that's pretty much talking about, spoiler alert, our people that were in the Greek, people that was following the Greek customs, the northern and southern kingdom, all right, the speckled birds, all right, the Lord was bringing them into the fold. All right, those that don't know what a speckled bird is are people that look like the other nations, but their forefathers go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the Israelites. All right, the Lord was bringing them back into the fold because the Lord had to deal with the house of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, those that knew that they were Israelites first, and then he brought in the Israelite foreigners, the speckled bird. He brought them in. And this is pretty much what that dream meant. Okay? Let's get some more. Let me see. Where was I? Verse 17. Now, while Peter doubted himself what the vision which he had seen should mean, behold, the men which were sent from Cornelius and made an inquiry for Simon's house and stood before the gate. Now, back then, some of these Israelite camps would teach that Cornelius was an Edomite, though Cornelius was an Israelite. Just because it says centurion, that doesn't mean that he was a centurion or a Greek. That doesn't mean that he was an Edomite. He was an Israelite. Okay? Verse 18, and called and asked wherein Simon, which was surnamed Peter, were lodged there. While Peter thought of the vision, the Spirit said unto him, Behold, 3 men seek thee. Arise, therefore, and get thee down, and go with them, doubting nothing, for I have sent them. Then Peter went down to the men which were set unto him from Cornelius, and said, Behold, I am he whom ye seek. What is the cause wherefore ye are come? Verse 22, and they said, Cornelius the centurion. Once again, these Jake's read that, oh, he's an Edomite. No, he's a Jake. A just man. You see, a just man, only an Israelite can be a just man. All right, read this in context, man. Only an Israelite can be a just man. One that feareth power. Feareth Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. He's a just man, and he feareth Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Edomites do not do that. Other nations do not do that. And of good report among the nations of the Jews, was warned from power by a holy angel to send for thee into his house, and to hear the words. This is verse 28. And he said unto him, you know how that it is unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or come unto one of another nation. But power have showed me that I should not call any man common or unclean. Why? Once again, this goes into the dream, which you Christians don't realize. All right? The Lord was bringing in the Israelite foreigners into the fold, into this truth. That's what that dream meant. I'm going to get Acts 11 and verse 6. And upon that, which when I fastened my eyes, I considered and saw 4-footed beasts of the earth, and wild beasts, and creeping things, and fowls of the air. Once again, Christians read that. Oh, you can eat everything. And I heard a voice saying unto me, Arise, Peter, slay and eat. But I said, Not so, Lord, for nothing common or unclean have any time entered into my mouth. But the voice answered and said, answered me again from the heaven, What power have cleansed, that call not thou common. You see? So, once again, that means that the Lord was bringing in the Israelite foreigners into the fold. But you Christians don't realize that. You Christians are too proud. Y'all think y'all know everything. All right, so you have to read some scriptures. It's like some scriptures, you have to get precept upon precept. And other scriptures, you have to read it in context to get the true understanding. And Acts 10 and Acts 11 is one of the scriptures that you Christians definitely have to read in context and get precepts on. Once again, you go to Leviticus 11 and 7, and you realize the Lord didn't cleanse those. The Lord didn't call for you to eat those animals that are unclean. All right? But I'm going to get these last scriptures, and I'm going to close out. Because keep on following these pastors, man. As I read earlier, y'all going to fall into a ditch. While his family member or friend, hey, y'all going to fall into a ditch. It's Ezekiel 22 and verse 23. And the word of the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua came unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto her, Thou art the land that is not cleansed, nor rain upon the day of indignation. There is a conspiracy of her prophets in the midst thereof, like a roaring lion ravaging the prey. They have devoured souls. They have taken the treasure and precious thing. They have made her many widows in the midst thereof. Her priests have violated my law. That's talking about you pastors out there, and you fake Israelites. You violate the Lord's law. Okay? Telling our people that they have license to sin. And profane my holy things. They have put no difference between the holy and profane. You see? Oh, you can eat the pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. No, you can't. Neither have they showed difference between the unclean and clean, and have hid their eyes from my Sabbaths. All right, hey, every Sunday. Hey, they don't even follow the Sabbath. How about that? They don't even follow that. I am profane among them. Her princes are in the midst thereof, like the wolves ravaging and prey to shed blood and to destroy the souls. To get dishonest gain. That's what you pastors are getting, dishonest gain. But when you read Jeremiah 23, a recompense is coming unto y'all. And other various chapters. Verse 28, and our prophets have daubed them with untempered mortars, seeing vanity and dividing lies unto them, saying, thus saith Yahweh power, when the Lord have not spoken, oh, I got a dream, oh, the Lord told me this, Lord told me that, them pastors like that. But the Lord didn't tell them that, and the Lord ain't dealing with them. So, hey, let the blind lead the blind. Y'all want to keep on listening to them, see what recompense is going to come unto them and his congregation. Okay? So, Lord willing, it's edifying. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadash, and Wa Abba Shalom.